Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to I Care About You, the podcast where we dive deep into the realities of our emotional and mental well-being, our path and purpose, and our relationship to self-love and resilience. I'm your host, Juliana J., and today I'm going a little off the cuff. I don't even have a script. I'm just going to talk to you specifically about something that I think is really important as we start the new year. Although this podcast will come out on Friday, I am actually filming on the first day of January, the first day of the new year. If you like what you hear, be sure to like and subscribe depending on your platform. You can also learn more about me and the work I do through my website, and my current book, Reasons to Live, also is available on the website, julianajbruno.com, and I'll put a link in the description like I always do, so you can find out more about what's happening and what's going on. There's a lot of big things going to happen in the new year with my website that will involve some perks for members and things like that. So keep an eye out, subscribe to my newsletter so you'll know everything that's happening. Let's dive into it. What am I going to talk about that's off script today? I am going to talk about setting yourself up in the new year with some positive foundation. And what I mean by this is there's a lot of trepidation in the new year. We're coming off an old year. A lot of us kind of tend to think, oh, the past year was so bad. What are these unknowns that are going to come up for me in the new year? And there's a lot of anxiety, nervousness, worry, sadness, grief. A lot of emotions come up that aren't supporting the fact that there are also really beautiful things that are going to happen in 2025 for you. Really amazing things are going to happen in 2025 for you. You are going to go on this 2025 journey. And although there might be challenges along the way, oh my gosh, are you going to see some amazing, beautiful, wonderful things that will leave you awestruck. Concentrating on that helps you to start building more self-love, self-worth, self-esteem, and all those kinds of things that you really need for your own personal success. And I'm not talking necessarily about just in your career and making money and things like that, but for yourself, to find some self-love for yourself, some self-appreciation, some self-compassion, and to really start off thinking, I know there's going to be things that come up in this new year, but I also know there's going to be great things that are come up, and I know I can handle it. I know I can do amazing things this year. I know this year is for me. We're going to just do this really simple practice, which is using 3 affirmations daily. I'd like you to try and carve out some time in your day to say them to yourself every single day of January and beyond. And anytime you feel like you need a little boost for yourself. It's super important to feed your soul a little bit every day with something that you love about yourself. Some days that's really hard. Life's really busy. We're not feeling it. We have a lot of negative self-talk going on in our minds. And it's hard to shift and give yourself a little love. So here's 3 easy affirmations you can use every day to give yourself a little love, to give yourself a little pep talk, to tell yourself it's okay, you're on the right track, you're doing well. So the first one is, I am abundant. I am abundant. You can add on to this. You can say, I am abundance. I am positive abundance. I am abundant in love and friendships. I am abundant in possibilities and opportunities. I am abundant in wealth and prosperity. Whatever abundance you're looking for this year, and let's be real, all of us have more than one abundance. I have a lot to feel that I want to come my way. I have a lot I'm drawing in the shape of abundance. And be specific if you can. You can just say, I am abundance. And in your mind, know what those things are. Is even if we're struggling with finances or friendships or situations or jobs or moving or any of the complications that life has, the flip side is we are abundant in something. Somewhere there is abundance in our lives. And to just reflect on what that abundance is and be thankful for it, but also to bring in the abundance that you want in your life. So it's twofold. I am abundant. Imagine in your mind, what are the things right now that you're feeling are abundant in your life? For me, the abundance is wow, I have lots of love in my life. I have lots of opportunities to learn new things. I am abundant in nature. I am abundant in my beautiful pets. I am abundant in things I need to survive in life. I am abundant in so much else. This podcast is an abundance. My book was published last year. That was an abundance. I have an abundance of dreams and hopes and aspirations I want to do this year. There's just so much. So try and find something. There's always something. And then ask for the abundance. I have abundance in 2025. Whatever that is for you, you can be specific. You can script it out and say it every day. You can have it right down to, I know people who manifest abundance in wealth, and it's right down to the exact amount of money they're looking for and how they want it to show up in their lives. But you can also just be in abundance. And in being in your own abundance, what you have right now, you set the tone to attract even more. If you're always in a space of lack, then that's the reality you create for yourself. But if you're in a reality of abundance, you start seeing all the things out there that are abundant for you that you never thought of before. Like, I always get a parking spot, or I never have to worry about getting all muddy and wet before I come into the house, or whatever, small things to large things. You have a lot of abundance in your life, and to spend time just concentrating on what abundance you have right now will set the tone to bring in more abundance for you. If any of you practice or study manifestation, that's a big technique to already be what you're trying to manifest. To already be abundance attracts that energy to you of abundance. And it also helps you change your perspective in exactly what is abundance. A lot of us think it's material things, it's money, it's all these kind of superficial things off to the side. And sure, we all need money. We all need things, but we forget about the abundance we have everywhere else. And once we start looking for that abundance, we do feel really wonderful inside. Instead of concentrating on what you don't have, what you'll never have, what never comes your way, all the bad luck, the world's against you, everybody on the street's against you, and so on. If you just shift that and concentrate on abundance, it shifts your perspective on life. The first one, I am abundant, or I am abundance. Tweak that for whatever you want that abundance to be. If you feel like you'd like to do that, I usually say, I am abundant. And then I'll name 3 things that I'm abundant currently. And then I'll say, I am abundant. And I'll name 3 things in the present tense that I'm looking to manifest. Okay, that's one. The second one is, I am my authentic self, and I do not need to apologize for that. I am my authentic self, and I do not need to apologize for that. I am my authentic self, and that is enough. I am enough. Showing up exactly who I am is enough. As you can see, tweak that one any way you want, but it's really about showing up as your authentic self, not as what everyone else wants you to be. It helps you set boundaries. It helps you figure out who you are. It helps you figure out where you're going. It helps you define a little bit of self-love for yourself. It's okay to show up exactly as you are. That's one of the reasons why you might see me on some of these podcasts, and I'm a little unkept, I would say, because we all have those days, right? When I first started this podcast, I wanted to make sure that I showed up authentically for folks whenever I possibly could. Now, we all struggle with being authentic and being these personas we've created of ourselves and figuring out which is authentic and which is a persona. And personas do have these essence of your authenticity, but depending on how far you take your personas, it could make you feel lost in who you really are. So if you just take a moment to be, I am showing up today as my authentic self. And then what is your authentic self? What are you? Who are you? How do you define yourself? kind of helps you navigate those feelings of, I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's important to me. Do people even care about me? Do I have any worth? And then topping it off with, I am showing up today as my authentic self, and that is enough. I am enough. This is a huge thing I think everyone on the planet struggles with. Even the people that you think are at the top of their game struggle with being enough. We all feel like we're worthless in some way, shape, or form, some of us more than others, but I think it is an epidemic. I think it is a human experience, and we all feel worthless a lot in life, to be honest, a lot, a lot. The slightest thing can go wrong, and you're challenging if you're worthy or enough, or if you matter, or if anyone cares. And this affirmation helps you to give yourself a little compassion. You are enough. You are enough. It helps foster that self compassion, that self care, that self affirmation that you are worthy to take up the space on this planet. You are enough. Showing up as your authentic self is enough. You don't have to be anybody else that you are not. Who you are right now in this moment is enough. And once you start thinking about who you actually are, when you say, I'm going to show up as my authentic self, just take a moment to think, what is your authentic self? Even one tiny thing. It can be a physical thing. I'm showing up as my authentic self. I am 5'9". I'm showing up as my authentic self. I have green eyes. And move on to the other things about yourself. And once you've defined yourself to yourself, it will naturally bring up some boundaries you don't want to cross. For example, I am worthy of a kind and thoughtful partner. In that sentence, there are so many boundaries of what you will not accept. Saying this to yourself every day helps you define what those boundaries are and who you are. And affirming your worth gives you the power to uphold your boundaries and to be authentic to yourself and to realize that you matter and you have worth. The third one is about feeling like you can make it through this life and do the things you want to do and achieve your dreams and goals and intentions and be your best self. And this one is, I am success. I am successful. Saying this to yourself helps bring up all the times in your life when you were successful, which is a million times, from small little tiny things like learning to tie your shoe for the first time to something major like getting a promotion at work or graduating college or graduating high school or getting a relationship that is positive and wonderful or having children or painting something beautiful or writing a book or getting something published or being noticed somewhere, being valued, small little tiny things. I learned how to fold a sheet today, which is a challenge, by the way. When you say, I am success, I am successful, it's naturally bringing up those times you were successful. And that's what you want to concentrate on here. You don't want to start thinking about all the times you weren't successful, because frankly, that's not what this is about. And those are lessons. Taking a moment to realize that when you aren't successful at something, it's merely a lesson. And this happens a lot in life when we aren't successful. It's really a lesson for us to start again, do it again, and take the tools that we learned the first time we weren't as successful as we wanted to be. Why weren't we? What do we need to do? What lessons can we take? What tools can we pick up from this experience and carry on down the road? So I am success. I am successful. Think of those successful times. Also, think about what you want to be successful in this new year. What do you want to be successful in? Do you want to make more money? Do you want to move to a different place? Do you want to get a job? Do you want to finish up whatever it is you've been doing? What do you want to do that is successful for you in life? Maybe it's take up running and run 3 miles. Maybe it's I would like to just park in a farther parking space and walk. I would like to take the stairs once a day. I would like to stop eating so much potato chips. I would like to wean off caffeine. I'm just thinking of all the things that I'm working on. And so think of those things. What do you want to work on for success? I am successful at running 3 blocks. And think to yourself, what do you need to do to set up a game plan? We often have these big dreams and we go straight to this goal that's super, super lofty. And it's almost setting ourselves up for failure because it's too hard to go from 0 to 100. But we can go from 0 to 10 miles to 20 miles to 30, 40, 50, 60, and so on up to 100 by setting these mini goals. So when you say, I am success, and you have something in the new year that you want to be successful at, and it's a lofty goal, you can think to yourself, what is my first step? What is my second step, my third step, and so on. And when you're in the midst of trying to get to that goal or intention, and something doesn't go the way you planned, when you say this affirmation, I am success, you're reaffirming to yourself that maybe you took a wrong step or something didn't go as planned, but you're success. So get back on the path and figure out how to make it around that obstacle. These are just all things to build up your ability to feel like you matter, to have some self-love for yourself, some self-respect, some self-compassion, to create some self-love practices, some self-care practices as you go into the new year. Because you know what happens to us often. We have these lofty goals and then the new year starts and we just get lost in our day-to-day actions, our maybe challenges come up. But if you're keeping yourself on track with who you are, where you want to go, what your abundance and success and all that's positive in your life is, who you are as a human being, and that you matter and you are enough, can help get you through a lot of the challenges that might come up in the next 12 months. It also helps you build yourself into more positive self-talk and less negative self-talk. Negative self-talk will keep you back from so many things in life, and it doesn't serve any purpose at all, just like worry. Worry won't fix the problem. Worry serves no purpose, but we all do it, right? So this kind of helps you stay on track throughout the year. So my dear lovely friends, we begin our journey through the new year. I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. Remember, you have the power to transform your life into what you want, and you matter, and you are worth it. If you found today's episode helpful, please share it with somebody who might need to hear it. We all need support, and supporting each other is so important in this life. Frankly, don't we want to foster a community that supports and cares for one another and loves each other, rather than it is always against each other and fighting and competing against each other in really crazy ways? So let's foster the community that we want. And if you want to dive deeper into self-care and personal growth, don't forget to subscribe to I Care About You so you never miss an episode. Order my book, Reasons to Live, on my website for more practice on learning to navigate dark times. And until next time, remember that you are loved and your journey matters and you matter and you are enough. So take good care of yourself, my friends. Know that I love you and I support you, and we're all in this together. We are not alone. So happy, happy New Year. It's going to be incredible for all of us. And again, like I said, I'm so happy to be on this journey with you. So take good care. Until next time.